the truthful, and the most just. May Allah's Salam Alaikum. We are thankful to Allah for allowing us to once again meet with you for a congregational prayer service and to be able to remind you of the importance of the keeping up of prayer. As we uh, keep up prayer, it is remembering Allah. And once as we remember Allah, we recognize that our lives, whatever happens in it, is by Allah's permission. That alone keeps us at peace. You know, there's no forces in this world that can come against you or me that if we just remember who we belong to. And like I told you, if I saw a tornado coming out there, I would go out and meet it. As it's a saying of the Muslim. Word is bond, and bond is life. And before my word shall fail, I'll give my life. Just to make sure while I was alive, my word didn't fail. That is, it's more depth to that than it sounds like. I remember the messenger said, if there was any coming back, I would be a greater believer in that than you, because I would see that I'm wrong. And if you come back and say, you see, Muhammad, you told me I wouldn't be back, and here I am. I say, great day in the morning. Well, that's the truth. Be a shock to me because I sure didn't know that what I said was not so. It wasn't said to deceive. That's what he was really implying. You know, that's what somebody say when they are shocked. That's an old saying. Well, great day in the morning, right? Well, and some of y'all not old enough to to know about that, but let me tell you something. You want your life to be at peace. Want me to tell you how to keep your life at peace? Don't try to make yourself nobody's judge. And tend to your own business and leave other people's business alone. You know, if you find out, it's just like I've had people from time to time come to me like this is some kind of, like the children of this world do. You let one do something, and the other one say, well, you let so and so do it, but you ain't so and so. That didn't work with my daddy. And I don't know if that worked with your daddy, but my daddy, he dealt with us according to the way we were. Do you honestly think that you can do everything that you see somebody else do? I guide my followers based on their individualism. That's because I pay attention. Most people live on this planet and they really believe that all people are created equal. They're just that stupid. You live your life and you ain't seen that all people are created equal. And how come you didn't graduate sooner? You sit right there in the class equally with the other folk. Why is it when you running a race, everybody don't have a tie? It's just some people are, you know, when we say created, creation takes place in the mind. When you really understand that, then yes, all people are taught equal. When it rains on the just, it rains on the unjust. When the class is held, everybody is taught the same thing, but everybody ain't receiving it the same way, even though we wish that it was that way. That's why, in order to make sure that I give you as much equality as I can, I go through so much definition about what I mean by what I say. That way, if you didn't uh, receive it, it's because you didn't receive it. It's not because I didn't give it to you. This is for the first time in your life you actually being created equal. But you are still being created. So this is the leadership uh, that you have needed. This is it standing here. The world have tried everything and have ran out of things to try. And as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, after all else fails, then comes Islam. That's right. Every other thing you done tried to bring peace on this earth, it done failed you. So that song James Brown made, Try Me. uh, uh, oh yeah, he did, didn't he? Okay. Well, you see, um, when it comes to your salvation, you'll discover that I got it. I got it. You see, you know, it's like our brother that just passed. He told them from the beginning he was the greatest, and they got mad at him. And before it was over with, they were saying he was the greatest, but he knew it in the beginning. You see, I know I'm the Son of Man. You one don't know it, and the book told you you didn't know it. You either believe me or you don't. There was no man know who the Son is but the Father. Neither any man the Father but the Son. Why? Because I and my Father are one. So, I mean, you can't say that if you can't prove it. And you have to be able to prove it with what you already said to show people that they missed it. And so the Son is in the bosom of the Father. He hath revealed him. So, so it's written, if you had known me, you would have known my Father also. That's written. That's that's the truth. So, you know, I'm here to solve the problems that the world created and have fallen victim to their own creation. When a person get lost in the woods, whose fault is that? And hey, just following themselves. This world is in trouble from following itself, from being full of yourself. Ain't you glad I didn't accept this world? Because the blind sure can't lead the blind, huh? Well, that's the truth. No, this this world follows their desires. It's whatever they think they want, they go do it. They don't think about what effect it will have or whatnot. They just do it. You know, what is something that the scripture said about the tongue? Who can rule him out? But if you can bridle that, what can you do? Bring nobody into. Okay. Well, the tongue speaks from the desires of the mind. A man who can't control his tongue, letting you know he follows his desires. See? As you learn to control what you let come out of your mouth, that means you've learned to think before you speak. A person that thinks before they speak, they also will think before they act. That's the truth. You see? And and then it's a lot of things that out here. That's all the devil got is temptation for you. He ain't got nothing else. He ain't got no wisdom, so he have to put something else up at you. So he appeal to your desires. Look at all of the people that thought that, um, they see a beautiful house. Well, living in slums, naturally, you see a beautiful house, you want that, right? You ain't paid no attention that the person who living in that house ain't at peace no more than he is. But he thinks somehow that house gonna give him peace. Then when he get all of that stuff, he still don't have what he was looking for. And so we go all through life deceiving ourselves. That's what this world have done. They went all through, never satisfied, never, you know. I beheld a pale horse, and his name that sat upon him was what? And who was trailing close behind? Hell followed what? And whosoever of them will follow thee, I was certain to feel what? Huh? So hell is in his bag that he's dragging behind him. And now, so if hell is with him, then he's hell. And on the day we will say to hell, art thou filled up? And it will respond. He will respond. Is there any more? What? Leave me alone with him whom I created and gave him vast riches and sons dwelling in his presence and made matters easy for him. And yet he desires more. Art thou satisfied? Is there any more? Yeah. By no means. Oh, don't get rid of him. I've gave all of you a chance, and you know I've did it publicly to show me that we didn't make white people. And if we made white people, then we made yellow people and we made brown people. I don't care if you don't believe it. I gave you a chance to show me why you don't believe it. Right. Cause a black man said it. That's why you don't believe it. And the white man was running around here telling everybody that the earth was flat and they'd fall off of it. You believed that. When he told you was a Negro, you believed that. And that was a lie. He told you you was cursed and that's why you black and you believed that. And that was a lie. What did he tell you that was the truth? About you. He said your people sold you into slavery, and that was a lie. He told you he was Jesus. And what was that? Yeah. Walked you outside and told you to look up and said the sky is blue. What was that? So, man ain't told you the truth about nothing. See, see, he indirectly told on himself when he told you how old he is. He wouldn't know how old he was if he said if he was created of himself. He'd be like us. I can't tell you how old black people are. I can't tell you how old I am. The black man, I can get closer than anybody else, but ain't nobody can tell you how old we are because nobody know when the first black man was created. Because there was no other man around to keep records. The mere fact they know how old they are and we know how old they are is proof that we made them. You can't look at the earth and say he came out of the earth. He did not come out of the earth. He came out of us. That's not making fun. That's straightening out the lies he been telling. He's a Semitic. He came from our semen. That's just the truth. So I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time saying this. We on the internet now. Anybody typing something? You know, you through pulling this stuff. I'm not gonna keep on going back and forth with you, listening to your insults and all of this stuff. I'm tired of it. Now, if you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. But don't you come in here insulting me no more. Don't I'll show you that I'm the Lord the other way. Somebody got to be examples. So I'll make an example out of you. You don't like us, just leave us alone. Just go on about your business. Hey, I'm here trying to do a job. If a man is drowning and the lifeguard jump in there and the man say, "Get away from me," he goes away from him. I'm okay. I'm out of here. Let me go to the next one. But you better not jump on the lifeguard talking about you gonna drown him. No, you ain't gonna do nothing to me. I ain't gonna take no more threats either. Yeah, I took a lot of that. So yeah, I'm just tired. So it's time for us now to go on and to perfection. Perfection meaning to complete the mind in us so that Allah don't have to destroy us. This is what this is for. That's what these classes is for. To complete the mind in you. What was his words to me? He said, "Son of man, be thou not rebellious like that rebellious house. Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed." If we can transform the mind that's in you to not be rebellious, you will be saved. If we can't, you're out of here. Worst thing you can come to the Lord with is if you, the Lord, do so. Oh, if, okay, get out of here. When did you become a judge of how to determine who's the Lord and who ain't? Without faith, it's impossible to please God. He hates proud. Look, that's a proud statement. If you show it, blah, blah. What is that? To show you if you was any kind of judge, I done gave you enough knowledge now to do away with any doubt you might have had. It sure would have been enough for me. It was enough for me when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught me how to pray, and I prayed for the first time and realized that it was real. Then everything he said from that point on, I just did it. He taught me how to fast. I immediately started fasting. Because I trusted him. And he did not let me down. His word was true. And I don't care what nobody say. I know what I experienced. You see? Even to this day, they still scared of him. They don't even mention his name. Anytime a man was affected so many lives and changed so many lives of so many people, and yet the people in power won't even say his name, they scared of that man. You hear me? They scared of that man. So, and he told you that somebody greater than him was coming behind him. So, I know one thing. They used to be mumbling and grumbling and getting on the air, disagreeing with him behind his back. You any mumbling and grumbling and disagreeing with me behind my back? How about it, bro? Not no more, huh? You know why? So I call these behinds out. He told you he didn't have time to argue with you. Allah told me, go there and argue with him in the best manner, son. What that little fella on Back to the Future? He was standing up in front of the mirror and say, "You talking to me?" It tickled me. Yeah. That's all you got to do. Just call them out. If you know. If you don't know, you can't call nobody out. But see, I know they don't know. They just bluffing because they talking to other people who don't know. But once a man that knows show up, everybody that don't know, they shut their mouth. You see all of them that shut their mouth. They mad at me because I'm standing up here saying this. Well, then come in here, let me question you, and you question me. And let's see who's the stupid one. You got to be some kind of crazy to see a man opening up books that scholars and everybody that you can think of, even prophets, wish that they could have heard what I'm teaching. And the very people that I came and shared it with, I said, behold me to a rebellious people that walk in a way that's not good. A nation that wasn't even called by wasn't even attracted to the word of God. And I'm steady sharing it with them. It's all written. What did the messenger say? Same thing Isaiah said. Show us can you tell us the beginning of the ending at the beginning, and then show us where you showed us before it happened? That ye are gods. The messenger told you we would not be gods if we didn't know what was going to happen on our earth. No. No. And you notice he said we. Everyone that the word was with was God. But you couldn't see it because your hearts wasn't pure. So I come to purify them. So if you let me, if you don't, I won't. You know, and that's not like I tell people all the time, don't talk to me like you doing me a favor to talk to me. When somebody give you my number, they did you a favor. Call me up like I'm supposed to be leaping for joy because you called me up. Uh-uh. You know, now if you are honored to meet me, I'm honored to meet you. If you call me up to test me and give me some questions, you tell people when you give them my number, ain't no sense in calling them up uh, to question him. You better go to class if you want to question him. I don't do no private. I'm not no tutor. Everything I say it for everybody. The sun don't shine on one planet. The sun shines on everybody and everything that's in its circle at once. No private shining. Do you understand? That's why I have these classes. So that I mean, how many of your teachers? I mean, when I was in elementary school, my teachers did all their teaching to me in front of the class. They taught the whole class. If you were slow, they give you a note to tell your mom and them what you need to be working on. Do you understand? By the time that day was over, you was ready to get out of his phase and he was ready to get out of yours. That was the truth. You know, because he had you all day long. So this is where you notice that no matter when I stand up in front of you as a group, I always ask, does anyone have something they want to ask me? Even in prayer service. So don't be telling people to call me up just to shoot the breeze with me. I don't be wanting to shoot the breeze with no. Don't you notice I don't do hardly no talking when you around me? I'm not in love with the sound of my own voice. I'm satisfied to just sit and think and ponder the things that's got to be done to get us free. And if I talk to you, it's generally in the line of duty. Ask the brothers that hang around me. They don't too many people hang around me, but when when they do come around me, they'll tell you that it's all business with me. Ask my wives. They'll tell you I don't do no bunch of talking. I just That's just me. I got too many things that I'm responsible for to be not concentrating on what I'm supposed to be doing. Uh, I got to build a nation. I have a government on my shoulder, and it's not too heavy for me. I've shown you the whole world. I face the whole world for you, and tell them to shut their mouth at you, and they do. Better shut up. No, you ain't no guy. None of them people got no business trying to judge us. They saw our condition over here and didn't try to help us. Now I'm supposed to listen to them tell me about religion? Your religion ain't worth two dead flies. So I told all of them they's gonna get back what they did to us by disrespecting the first black president. They're getting it back.
No country of our own. They could have.
But hey, put your phone back on mute. I don't need your help. You just bear me witness and leave it alone. So, now you see Congress is a shambles. They wanted to do covert racism. Allah said, no, 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 no. Here's some overt racism. Now get out there and like, how you get caught going in the ice cream and your grandmama or your mama say, hey, sit down, eat it. Got a clown, a man that's the world looks at as a clown is the front nominee for the Republican Party in a two-party system of what was considered, if not the greatest, one of the greatest nations that have ever lived on this planet, has now been reduced to a spectacle by their own doctrine of racism. You were told to stop that in my day. There's nothing secret that shall not be made known. Nothing hidden that shall not be made manifest. Why? Because you are in the day of the Son of Man. You watch a field that a man just plow up. If he don't even plant nothing, and it look all pretty, and the dirt and everything looks so empty, next thing you know is stuff that was hidden up under it, the sun make it come up. And whatever was laying out there in the dark, the sun makes it manifest. It's brought to the light. You see? So, all I can tell you, you should have got it together. This is the day of judgment. Everybody gonna know why. It's flooding in Germany, flooding in France, flooding all over the world. And they talking about it's gonna when this all passes. So what a fool. That water ain't going nowhere. That water gonna be drawn back up and dropped back down. It was frozen, and that's why you wasn't having all these floods and things. But you want to insult me and tell me what to do with your private part and all that stuff. Oh yeah? Remember that silly woman in Australia? Yeah. You picked the wrong one. Talk crazy too this time. You're living on my earth. That's something I never would have thought I'd heard myself saying when I was a child. But my earth is listening to its Lord now, and it's being made fit. So you just go on and think whatever you want about me, because it really don't mean nothing to me. Those whose thoughts meant something to me and mean something to me, they all with me. Jesus, Moses, David, Solomon, Muhammad, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Hosea. It's just 24 of them. And so I'm satisfied. So we are not no more concerned about what these little minute men planning. They planning against themselves and don't know. Every time you look up, they turning on each other who was together against us. The messenger told you that, breaking them up with confusion so that they cannot agree, turning them insane, making them now to fight each other. Didn't he tell you that? Well, do you see it? Not like you're going to. So you got no be you don't be worrying about what these people planning on you. You all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Worry about pleasing Allah. Let Allah worry about who this call themselves scheming against you. They ain't gonna make it. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Let's stand in that prayer. Be careful. Stop. Pick up your feet. Attention. Hut. Original salute. Ready front. Prayer position. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. And I bear witness that I know of none who deserves to be served or worshipped beside thee. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, all holy praise is due and be to thee, O Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful Master of the Day of Requital. Thee do we serve and thee do we beseech for help. O Allah, please continue to guide us and keep us on the right path and way, the straight path and way of thee and those upon whom thou hast bestowed thy favors, not the crooked paths and ways of Satan and those upon whom thy wrath is or will be brought down, nor the foolish paths and ways of those who go astray or who are led astray, even after they've heard and been given the true understanding of thy holy word and teachings. Truly, I have again turned myself to thee, O Allah, striving to be totally upright, to thee who originated the heavens and the earth, and I am not of the polytheists. Truly, my prayers, my sacrifices, my life and my death are all for thee, O Allah, the Lord of the worlds. No associate hast thou in this am I commanded, and I am of those who submit. O Allah, thou art the King. I know of no God but thee. Thou art my Lord, and I am thy servant. I have been greatly unjust to myself, and I confess my faults and weaknesses. So please grant me and my true followers and family continuous protection against all of our faults and weaknesses. For none grants protection against faults and weaknesses but thee. And guide us to and instill within us the best of moral character and thoughts. For none can guide us to and instill within us the best of moral character and thoughts but thee. And turn us away from and remove from us the evil and indecent moral character and thoughts. For none can turn us away from and remove from us the evil and indecent moral character and thoughts but thee. And O Allah, please continue to guide us among those whom thou hast and wilt guide aright, and preserve and perfect us among those whom thou hast and wilt preserve and perfect, and befriend us among those whom thou hast and wilt befriend, and bless us in whatsoever thou dost grant to us, and deliver us from the evils of what thou hast judged. For truly thou judgest, and there is none that can judge against thee. And truly he whom thou befriendest is not disgraced. And our Lord, please do not punish us if we forget or make a mistake. And our Lord, do not allow to be laid upon us a burden as was laid on those before us. And our Lord, do not allow to be imposed upon us that which we have not the strength to bear. And pardon us, and grant to us thy protection, and have mercy on us, and forgive us. For thou art our protector. So please grant us the victory over the unbelieving and disbelieving people, and over the hypocrites and devils, and especially over the evils and afflictions that lie within each of us, and whereby we have been afflicted. And save us from the hell that thou hast promised the devils and their followers, and grant that we not only see the hereafter, but live therein with thee. Amen. Attention. Hut. Original salute. Ready in front. You may be seated. So,
Mayor,
yes,
I was noticing something for the word. Seemed like some of them were blotted out. Every other third word or something like that. I don't know if this is
it's probably because of as I'm talking on the speakerphone here, it sometimes if it pick up another sound or whatnot, it will cut out and whatnot. But y'all know the prayers. Yeah, it's not like you don't know what was said. So you should be reciting in your mind with me.
Yes, sir.
So that is no big thing. I I don't so much as tell our mothers to take the babies out, because I want the babies in here. I want them to always have as much chance of being saved as we can give them. And that is every time we in meetings, whether they sleep or woke, I want them in here. They can hear Allah's word. So I heard Allah's word while I was in my mother's womb. She told me she used to read the Bible a lot while she was carrying me. And I think that's why it make it so easy for me to remember the Bible. So that's a good thing. So you leave my babies alone. So anyone had a question they want to ask me before I let you go? Okay. I will be teaching on Muhammad Ali tomorrow. They had um, a couple of good, um, I don't say documentaries, but clips from his life that I thought was very respectful, and uh, many of them said words of honor to him, and recognized that as a Muslim, he stood for something. If you notice, I mean, even this one person said he was listening to the conservative channel, and there's generally a lot of racism and stuff on there. And so he asked him, well, what about Muhammad Ali? He said, you have to respect him. They didn't say nothing hateful about Ali. It's just like with the Klan. You don't hardly hear them say nothing about me. Nor the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. They respect us. Don't nobody respect a man that just let you run over them, or think they can't get somewhere on this earth and live without begging somebody else. Who respects a beggar? Nobody. Trouble is, when you make judgments about people, your judgments become unjust if you only hear and bring forth part of evidence. I'll grant you, my people is in bad shape. Beggars. But why don't you remember how they got that way? So the best thing you can do with me is shut your mouth. So I can make allowances for having been taught wrong. So I can straighten that out. But don't come in here pushing your lies. You ain't gonna push your lies down my throat. So let's all just start treating each other like we want to be treated. We can put all that stuff behind us. If you let me, I can pardon. I have the power on earth to pardon all of that. It's say, if you return to the Lord, he will abundantly pardon. That don't mean you ain't guilty. It means that I pardon you. As long as you don't come in here acting like you still running something. You don't run nothing no more. The dominion, the kingdom have been taken from you, and it's with me now. Just as the prayer said, thine is the kingdom and the power. Forgive us our debts. The Son of Man hath power on earth to forgive sins. You just have to wake up to what's really going on. Okay. let me let you go. We'll talk some more tomorrow. Let you go on and do what you got to do today. And may Allah bless you all and keep you safe, at peace. And we will talk tomorrow. Malas. Assalamu alaikum.